Hey, everybody, welcome to the Wrestling Through the Years podcast. I'm Armchair QB1 Dizzle. I'm here with the baldest, sexiest man alive, Dutchy.
Yo.
And I'm here with the man that puts the E in elections. Money
What's
East.
up?
And we have C Money as well.
Yo.
Got all the money. And damn it, we're here to talk about King of the Ring 96. We keep calling it the rise of Steve Austin, the infamous promo, all that shit. And we're excited to talk about it.
Yeah, it was a really good show. There was a lot of things I loved about the show, but one thing that I truly hated.
Uh-oh.
And let me guess, the main event?
Actually, no.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't like Owen Hart's commentary.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't stand that.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was kind of blah.
Well, because he was being the heel that he's his heel character, but he added like nothing to it. Like,
Yeah.
I could see, like, okay, Jerry Lawler had a match. They decided to do the thing with Mr. Perfect for the main event, making him the referee. It's like, okay, well, we need a third person out there because Vince didn't like working with JR by himself. So it's like, okay, we're going to have we need to have somebody who's not booked that can do commentary. Okay, well, Owen's a pretty good wrestler, so he must know some moves. He sucked. Now, he's not the worst one to ever do it, but this isn't the first time that Vince has had somebody come out there and do color commentary thinking that they would be okay, and they weren't.
I said, "You're fine."
It just wasn't good, and you could see why Owen never did it again.
Exactly.
Thank God.
Which is funny because on the Something to Wrestle With, Pritchard puts it over.
Take a look at this.
Well, Bruce is also extremely stupid.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, I thought he fitted well, pretty much. I thought he had a couple of good lines, good heel lines, but he's not the type of heel to do commentary.
Yeah, especially when he's basically told, like, at that time, they're like, look, if you're going to commentate, you can't get involved in the matches, and that's what he did. And he's like, you can't tell me what to do. I'll do whatever I want. It's like when he got involved in the main event and all that, and like which we'll get into his reasoning later when they did that interview.
Yeah.
But it was just, yeah, I was not a fan of his commentary, and knowing that Bruce and Conrad think it's good, I know it sucked.
When's the anniversary again?
What, the anniversary of that show?
Yeah, of this show.
June 23rd.
June 23rd. It's coming up.
Yeah.
I like this show. I didn't mind his commentary wasn't good, and I can agree that it's no Punk or like a lot of the good, even some of the guys that would just go in for a match. Like I thought Piper was better than him. I thought there's a lot of people, even Dusty, like so some of the people that people don't like, I think did a lot better of a job than Owen did. But I think there's been a lot worse too. I really do.
Oh no, there's definitely been worse.
Definitely been a lot worse.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the
Was
worst
I on
one.
a fucking tape delay there? What happened to you guys? You're next to me, so that doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. It's probably just a delayed reaction.
Okay.
I mean, no, I'm not saying he's the worst because I don't think he is. I'm just saying he just wasn't good. And it's like, it's kind of hard to enjoy a show when you really don't enjoy the commentary.
Yeah.
But the show was still good enough because you still had Jim Ross doing a really good job. And Vince, even though I think, he was never really good at commentary, I still think Vince and JR made a good enough team.
They had good chemistry. Good enough chemistry.
Yeah.
Who did he say was tougher than shoe leather?
Mankind, right?
He's like, my God, Mankind's tougher than shoe leather.
Yeah.
And that shit, I was like, Jesus Christ. JR was already good by this point.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been good since WCW, but it took him a little bit to get into the WWE.
And JR worked really well. King. Him and Mr. Perfect made a pretty good team for a while, too.
Yeah.
Because Kurt Hennig could do commentary.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why they didn't just have him do commentary and just keep him out of the.
Well, what I heard, it was because Owen has won the King of the Ring before, so to get him on the card, he's a talent in the promotion. You might as well get him on the card.
I could see where that makes sense, but if you're going to have him interfere in the main event anyway,
well, that's kind of the story of him being there, though. Up until I think everything besides the actual finish does work. I don't mind him getting involved as long as it makes sense, which he didn't.
Yeah, well, especially his reasoning.
Yeah. His reasoning is one of the craziest things I've ever heard, but let's not shit before we pee here. We are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
At the Mecca.
At the Mecca with 8,000 in attendance.
The Mecca, the former Bradley Center, by the way. Or actually, no, the Bradley Center and the Mecca were the same thing. The Mecca has hosted many big wrestling events. Sting won a world title in the Mecca.
You're damn right he did.
4 years earlier.
And now I like how we open up with a video package of a mid-card match because I find that kind of interesting. Even though I know Ultimate Warrior isn't really mid-card. But
right.
The fact that we open up with like a video package highlighting those two and their feud was an interesting choice in my opinion.
Absolutely. And then the fact that they really previewed like the rest of the matches that were happening too.
Yeah.
Like in that video package, which I mean, that's how you do a video package.
Yeah. I just thought it kind of put it covered their issue more than Shawn and Davey.
Yeah.
Like to open up the show with like, hey, Warrior and King are having a match later was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was bad, but it was just interesting to me. Instead of, I thought they would wave the sexy boy in your face. Because this was around the time Shawn would come out in Raw and start dancing and Vince be like, yeah, he's a good dancer. Yeah, Shawn Michaels, the sexy boy. And he would get all excited at commentary, and he's a sex symbol, goddammit. But here, it's the Warrior in the baseball cap, which was always an odd look.
Yeah, which nobody was happy with, by the way.
I like, even though the run sucked ass, everything with the Warrior after he lost the title to Sergeant Slaughter wasn't that great. Besides the WrestleMania match with Macho.
The WrestleMania match with Macho was good, but yeah, everything else. I mean, we don't know where the feud with Jake would have taken us.
That's true. But him and Shango wasn't that.
I remember, and I've told this story 100 times, so I guess now this is going to make 101. Being at the TV taping in April of '92, Mom and Dad took me for my 6th birthday. Niagara Falls, New York, Wrestling Challenge taping.
Okay. And
they were one of the big matches advertised for that TV taping was going to be the Warrior and Sid Justice because they were going to film it for they had like all the TV taping matches they were going to do, and then they had like the special matches that were going to be either filmed for California video or they were just regular house show matches.
Yeah.
And Warrior and Sid had been advertised. Sid quit the company earlier that day when he found he got to the building. They said, "Hey, you're putting the Warrior over clean." He said, "See it."
Got a softball game, pal.
Yeah. He's just he's like, "Didn't I fail a drug test a couple weeks ago?" So he left. So Papa Shango, who had been involved in the WrestleMania 8 stuff, they had they're like, all right, yeah, you're gonna work Warrior tonight. Okay. And he came out and they had the voodoo stuff, and there was this horrible smell in the arena from all that voodoo crap. And I remember seeing the match, and Warrior won the match, and I just remember thinking, even at 6 years old, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
But yeah, so long story short, yes, the feud was not that good.
No, it really wasn't.
Yeah.
But I like Warrior's look better in WCW, even though that run sucked.
Right.
But I like with the fucking jeans and the jacket and shit. He looked cool for that. But here with like a baseball cap and a ponytail and shit, that wasn't it. I didn't like that.
No, not at all.
We got Eric and HD.
Highly doofus.
Well, he's Pop Clineth.
Clineth gave one of those Ed Sullivan laughs.
So the Body Donnas and the New Rockers went at it on the free for all. For everybody that doesn't know, WWE's pre-show used to, for the pay-per-views, used to be called the free for all.
It used to be shown on the guide channel, the channel that you would have that would show like what's coming up.
Yeah.
Or it on the preview channel, as it would also be called too. And it was fun. I remember actually being, I think I was at Nana and Bapa's house that night, and this happened to be on. So I didn't know what the free for all was until I saw this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is so cool. But this is around those times where, like, you know, I had to ask if I could watch wrestling before I could watch it, right?
Yeah. So
I had it on, and I'm watching, and like somebody comes and knocks on the door to go into the bathroom because you know Nana and Baba's bedroom was connected to the bathroom. Somebody knocks on the door, so I turn it off, and then I just hear Papa go, "It's me," and I'm like, "Oh, come in here! Like wrestling's on." He goes, "All right, I'm coming."
It's funny as fuck.
Yeah, like that. And I used to have the sound turned down like really low because like mom and dad would be like out in the other room, but Papa would turn it up. He'd be like, "I gotta hear it," and it's just like, I'm not supposed to be watching this. He goes, "I'll kick your father's ass. Don't worry about it."
It's funny as fuck. But yeah, so the free for all, we had the Body Donna, Skip and Zip against the New Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Leif Cassidy.
Yep.
Who just happened to be Al Snow.
Yes.
And this is around the time they had Cloudy, the Tran.
Yep. So for anybody that does not know, Eric keeps switching camera angles. Eric,
I see his dick now.
Actually, what's going on right now is Eric is actually filming for a calendar special. The Everything Unscripted calendar. He's auditioning to be months January, August, October, and December.
I can't wait for.
I was trying to see if I could sit on the chair.
Just wait till.
I'm charging my phone too, so.
Yeah. Just wait till G-String July with me.
So that didn't work.
You guys are crazy.
So, all right.
Yeah, I know I'm crazy.
YouTube.
All right. So, Cloudy was Cloudy took part in a contest that was the Body Donnas were looking for a manager, and people sent in tapes and they picked Cloudy, and Cloudy obviously is not Sunny. So but yeah, so that's basically how Cloudy became their manager.
Okay.
But yeah, so then, but she only lasted like a month.
Yeah. It's funny though, Sunny and Cloudy.
Well, yeah, that's like it was basically it's a take on Sunny. They were like, all right, we go from Sunny to Cloudy, and I mean, the Body Don is like once Sunny left the team, it was like it wasn't working anyway.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
All right. On to the main card, we have a young guy that might do a couple things. Stone Cold Steve Austin going against Mark Merrill, the Wild Man.
Main event guy anywhere in the country.
Sable.
And they had done this before with Sable, a very good looking fucking Sable. And we've seen these guys wrestle in WCW before this, but this is kind of cool. In '95, they both were in WCW.
Yep.
And now in '96, they're both here doing interesting, going on totally different trajectories. And Stone Cold was he was coming into his own here. I love this as an opening match. Honestly, it's my number 2 favorite match on the card. I think it's fantastic, and I think it shows what Mark can do, and it shows what Austin could do pre neck injury. Because he was wrestling, he was putting on a lot of holds I had never saw. Now, like a Boston Crab, he could have done that anytime, but it's just weird seeing Stone Cold do a Boston Crab.
Right. So, interesting fact: 2 years prior, in June of '94, I don't think it was June 23rd. It might have been like June 20th or something like that.
Yeah.
They wrestled on a WCW Clash of Champions. So on TV. So almost 2 years to the date, they're having a big match at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
After working a match on WCW TV for the U.S. title.
Yeah.
A match with Steve Austin won then, too. So I actually like this match, and the fact that Steve Austin got busted open and then had to go to the hospital, but then was able to come back. It was
his lip was all fucked up.
Yeah, but it just shows how tough Steve Austin is, and the fact that they were probably just like, look, we fucked over a guy to make him king.
Well, and even though, and by the way, Jake is 41 years old here, Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
And him and Vader could only be what it could be. And then him and Austin, he can make Austin look great. But it's not that Jake was getting old. He wasn't as great a shape as he used to be.
No.
And so, I mean, that's still good, not to spoil that, but that's still good. But this was like the one King of the Ring match that was a fucking wrestling match.
Yeah.
That was like, these guys are going to work their asses off, and that's how we're going to open this card with a 16-minute match of Mero and Austin giving you everything we got. And I thought the psychology was awesome. I thought Austin trying to beat him down from the very beginning. He controlled like the first 5 minutes of the match. Then Mero comes in swinging, and Mero's doing a lot of the high-flying shit while Austin's trying to keep it grounded. And I thought they had pretty damn good chemistry, to be honest with you. And it's it's a shame that Austin didn't like that Mero got fucking Sable bombed because he didn't want to work with him after this because they had pretty damn good chemistry. But when they asked Austin at around I think at 98 if he wanted to work with Mero, he's like, "Fuck that kid! He got his ass kicked by Sable. I'm not fucking doing that." And,
even though the matches would have been awesome,
and it was a different time, so I'm not judging old Stone Cold.
I thought it was a good opening match. It displayed how they have confidence in Austin.
Well, they had tremendous confidence in Austin.
Yep.
But around that time, it felt like they were still building Mero too. And him and Sable were still kind of an act they were trying to get over as like the Miss Elizabeth and Macho thing. It obviously never really got there, but it was a fun idea. And I think Mero's one of the most overlooked guys ever because people forget how good Marvelous the Boxer shit actually was. That was an over good mid-card heel act.
It really was, but here's the thing. Vince McMahon, when Mark Mero went to Vince McMahon, first of all, Mark Mero working in WCW's Johnny B. Bad. He goes, he goes to Bischoff, contract is up, and he goes, Eric, I would like to resign. And according to Bischoff's just like, well, you've done everything here that I'm going to have you do. Like, you've been a great television champion, but that's your ceiling. You can't do anything else. Like, this gimmick is... Like, this is as far as the gimmick's going to go. And he goes, really? He goes, yeah. Which basically means is just like, Hogan probably didn't see anything in Johnny, so Bischoff's just like, I got to let you go. And, he called, wanted to be part of the WWE. He wanted to bring Sable with him. There were people in the company that thought that was a bad idea.
It turned out to be right.
Yeah.
But people, I don't like how his history, like people use the kayfabe shit and try to make it real life. And that's like how WWE framed it and like all the, whenever they talk about the situation. And that's how a lot of like historians kind of view it too. And I think that's kind of wrong to be like, oh, well, Sable was more popular than him. He just didn't mean shit. He was a heel act that got her even more over.
Yeah.
Those segments with him were fucking did great numbers too. And people just act like, oh, he's not there because her tits are out. And it's like, I understand that that's a distraction and you'd rather look at a set of tits than Mark Merrow. But he did good heel shit as the boxer and everything, and the shit like him and Jackie like going against Sable and stuff. Like I really liked him as a heel, and I do think he helped get her even more over. Whereas people just like, oh, she was more popular than him, and he just had to fuck off. That's not completely.
Yeah, but at first they didn't know how popular she was until he goes down with an ACL. It was either ACL or meniscus, or something. And he goes down with a knee injury, and Mark had asked, he's like, hey, can you do stuff with Sable on television? And Vince is just like, well, can she sell t-shirts? And they come out and they do the spot where she's coming out walking around in the latest released t-shirt.
Yeah.
And apparently the numbers were pretty high for a fucking t-shirt spot.
Yeah.
So, and like the thing about it is that like Vince McMahon wanted Johnny B. Bad. He saw Johnny B. Bad on TV. He's like, I want him. God damn it, he's over. And then he takes a look at Mark Merrow. He's like, you're not Johnny B. Bad.
Yeah.
He's like, well, that was my character in WCW, but obviously they have a trademark. I can't use it. And then, like I said, like he wanted to bring Sable with him, and Vince is just like, well, is she good looking, pal? And he's like, yeah, she's beautiful. He goes, then that's a bad idea.
Which I'll never understand. It's like with Matt Hardy when they didn't have the relationship with TNA yet. Why couldn't they just do like a Woken to Broken shit? Like, why couldn't they still have him with a Little Richard gimmick but call him something else? Like, they didn't own the whole Little Richard patent, did they?
No,
but I understand owning Johnny B. Bad, but why couldn't, like, Vince is always like, oh, that's not available. Let's do something very fucking similar.
So personal speculation. Okay. They brought Ray Traylor in 93, 94, and they called him the Boss.
Yeah.
All right. And at first they brought him in and he had the Boss Man shirt on and all that, but they called him the Boss.
Yeah.
Well, they got a threatening letter from Vince saying, hey, that's our gimmick. We own that. No.
Yeah.
So they just changed the shirt. They made him wear like a black or a darker blue shirt.
Yeah.
And Vince is still just like, fuck you. Like that's ours. Like he cannot be known as the Boss. So I think this is personal speculation. Yeah. The speculation is that because Vince did that to them when they were trying to because they didn't want Ray Traylor to be Big Bubba Rogers yet. Because they wanted him to be a babyface. But so my personal speculation there is that Vince was afraid that they would do to him about Johnny B. Bad that he did to them as far as the Boss is concerned.
I'll give this.
Yeah. TV. So, but yeah, so that's my personal speculation about it.
Yeah. Regardless, this was a great match. I'm giving it a 4.3.
I'm giving it a 4.5.
I'm gonna give it a 4. You guys are
give
just
it a 4 too.
All right, what did you say, Eric?
4.
All right. And Clinton, what were you saying? Were you talking crap about us using the decimals again?
Yes.
Well, 4.5 is a fair decimal.
Yes. 4.3, 4.2s. Yeah, these gotta go. You need a half or not. No quarter stars. You don't see no quarter ratings. You don't get no quarter.
Meltzer does the quarter stars.
Huh?
Meltzer does quarter stars.
Well, is this Dave Meltzer? Let's find him.
Well, people think I'm full of shit. So, and they think Meltzer's full of shit. So I might be, although I have way too many similarities with my dad, so I might not be Meltzer's son.
Doug Meltzer.
Don't you hate Dave Meltzer?
No, you're Cornette's son. That's why you hate Dave Meltzer.
He gave the mask versus mask match a 5.75 out of 5.
5.75 out of 5.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he likes wrestling that's in different countries.
Yeah.
Like,
but that was too fucking well.
Yeah, no, it was a really good match. I'm not saying that it wasn't. But what I'm saying is that, like, if you do fucking LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa in Topeka, Kansas, it's getting a -3. You do it in fucking Portugal, it'll probably get a 5.
Topeka, Kansas.
What about Spain?
A real place.
I didn't say it wasn't. All right, do we all give this a rating?
Yeah.
All right. Jake Roberts and Vader. They do the second King of the Ring match, and the first one went almost 17 minutes, and this one goes 3. And it's Jake Roberts with a newish Vader, right?
Vader had just gotten over the shoulder injury, so
and he's got Cornette at his side,
so he's finally able to work like full Vader. This match, it went 3.5 minutes, but there's 2 reasons why. 1, Jake Roberts is old as fuck, and 2, Vader's fat as fuck.
Yep.
I was gonna go to the second one if you. But go ahead.
They both. Jake Roberts was old as fuck, though. I mean,
yeah, but I wasn't gonna blame the match on. I was more blaming it on Vader than I was on Jake Roberts.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I kind of place equal blame on both. Because you're not going to get. I mean, they're not going to go 15 minutes. I don't even think Jake could really go 15 minutes in his prime.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised it went 3. That was a minute longer.
I thought it was actually 5 minutes.
So,
including entrances, it was 5 minutes.
Well, there we go.
I thought it was actually a fun 3 minutes, and it was actually a pretty damn good match. The finish was a little weird because you could tell they didn't want to beat Vader yet because he was still, they were just hyping him up to face Shawn soon. So they weren't going to do that. So they had Jake beat him by DDTing him and having him for the win, but Vader taking the ref down with him so they could DQ him, which is an interesting way to keep the monster looking like a monster while also beating him. But
well, you could have done it another way. You could have had Cornette come in there and whack him with the racket.
Yeah, but the crowd still popped for them announcing Jake as the winner.
Yeah,
so it's not like it hurt it at all.
Yeah, well, Jake was also Milwaukee. Jake had worked Milwaukee many times. He was very over in that city.
Yeah. And I know he's got his history, and we've all seen Beyond the Mat and stuff. But him doing this, preacher gimmick and the whole, I'm a changed man. I did like it for the time, and I did think it worked for him in that specific moment in time. And people don't give him enough credit as for getting Austin over the way he did. Whereas, Austin doesn't say that if it's not for Jake having that gimmick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can't say you walk around with your Bible and thumping your this, and he can't say that if Jake's not doing that. So Jake's a huge reason Stone Cold blew up the way he did, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And the match was pretty good too, but Jake doesn't get enough credit for his little run here,
right?
And he always got the mega pops. But him and Vader had a pretty fun one, and it's always fun seeing Cornette, even though we get to see a lot more in the main event. I'm going to give this a solid 3.5. I'm sorry, Clinton, but I got to go 3.5 because I thought it was short, but it was fun. and I'm cool with that.
I'm agreeing with you and saying 3.5. I'm not agreeing with you and saying sorry, Clintus, but
I'm gonna give it a solid 3.
I'm giving it a 2.
it's his rating. He can do whatever he wants.
His body, his right. All right. The Smoking Guns, Billy and Bart with a smoking hot Sonny next to him against the Godwins for the tag team champions. And this match kind of sucked, but it wasn't that bad because I like all the guys. And they tried, and I thought it had an interesting story. I like Sonny hopping from team to team at the time, not only because it kind of reflected her real life character, but because she was hopping from guy to guy backstage apparently too.
I mean, she was a gold digger. I mean, that's what the character was.
But it worked. Like she worked as like the heel chick that's like, oh, I like this team. Not like I fuck with. And her little flirtation with Billy, like that whole thing would have worked if Billy had like an inch of charisma back then. Yeah. And like he's got it now, and he would like he'd go on to do better promos, but he was never really known as a promo guy. And here is when it was really fucking rough. Like when they were backstage talking, and she was like, and she was flirting with him, and she's like, "What are we?" And he's like, "Yeah, Sonny, you're great. You're a good manager." And it's like, dude, what the fuck are you saying?
And Bart's just looking at him like, should I take him, Mike?
Yeah, Bart's like, I'm not that great at this either, but I think I can do a lot better than fucking this. And yeah, I love Billy Gunn, but he had a difficult time back then. And if you had a different dude in that role, it would have worked a little better. Because Sonny was so damn charismatic.
Yeah.
This is when she was like in her prime of being fucking good at her job.
Well, and see, Candido could cut promos.
Yeah.
Right. He was that good. And then, like, if she would have stuck with the Godwins, which would not have worked because she's not a babyface, but Hillbilly could cut a promo, Henry could cut a promo, and Phineas could cut a promo if they were given the mic.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like this, and the whole storyline set up where like Phineas finally got what he wanted. He got Sonny to be his manager, but then Billy kissed Sonny, and now she's the manager of the Smoking Guns. And the whole thing is like, all right, Billy and Sonny are kind of have a thing going, and Bart's just like, because like just the week before they had that title match where the Smoking Guns won the titles from the Godwins, Bart was working babyface. So, like, a lot of it didn't make any sense, but the match was ish. I'm giving it a 3, and that might be a little too kind.
I'm gonna go 2 because it was all right, and everybody was trying their asses off. But the Godwins, Henry always had like a potential look to where he could have done something. Phineas seemed, and even like I've seen him now, and him doing that 6 feet with the Undertaker back when it was a good podcast. He's entertaining as fuck, and he's hilarious. And he's like, "Yeah, I dropped acid and then hit the ring for the run-in," and it's like, what the fuck? Like that dude's funny as hell, and he seems like one of the coolest dudes. But on screen, he just never really connected. And his work was never that great, in my opinion.
And you know how, like, he would always say, "Oh, Stephanie McMahon was the love of my life," and it's just like, dude, if you go near Stephanie, like, I'm pretty sure Vince would have you fucking arrested.
Well, it's funny when he fucking asked her out. It's like, oh, I'm not allowed to date the wrestlers, but that rule evidently changed. but for him, that rule was in place to where it's like, no, I can't go out with the wrestlers. Sorry. But he had the balls to ask, and I think that's dope as fuck. Like he was like, "Yeah, let me take her."
I'm getting this a 2.
Of course, that rule would change when the guy who pegged Vince McMahon in the ass is actually the guy who was able to go out with Stephanie's best friend.
What? That was a little too complicated for me.
Oh yeah, I hurt my head. Hold on, what?
Shawn Michaels pegged Vince in the ass, so of course he's going to let Triple H go out with Stephanie.
Oh god.
Well, there goes this. We getting bought by Netflix and the network. The network's not even a thing anymore.
Fame is overrated.
Love Shawn Michaels. Let's just do this for fucking 5 people forever. No, we're doing. Honestly, I'm proud of our numbers because there's like some professional like shows that have like budgets and don't get and like get interviews and interview WWE superstars.
Well, the piece of shit who is sponging off Steven Richards and Dutch Mantel, that goony looking motherfucker, when he had the channel where like he was doing the interviews with guys, he had to pay. Yeah. Dutch couldn't even use his connections to get him the interviews. Like he had to pay for interviews. And he sucked at him, which is why he doesn't do them anymore.
I mean, that
goony looking motherfucker.
The peanut shell. He's interesting. I mean, I don't want to get into all that right now. But a
lot of people can't interview.
No, it's true.
I thought it was a all right tag team match, not the best.
Look at Eric trying to put us back on track.
Yeah, I gave it a 2.
I'm giving it a 1.
It's just crazy that Billy Gunn was tag team champions multiple times, and he only ever got over later on after that as a tag team guy.
Yeah.
But it's like he finally made it, but he was still kind of in the same position.
Well, when he got paired with Road Dogg,
but they were fucking over.
Yeah, when he got paired with Road Dogg, they were going to cut him.
Yeah.
Like him and Road Dogg were on the list to be cut.
Damn.
And they're like, no, fuck, put us together. And so they did.
Yeah. The New Age Outlaws.
Yeah.
I do love those two. They were great.
Oh, they were fantastic.
And the Smoking Guns were okay. This was a fun tag division around this time, but it wasn't that great.
No, well, you only had like 4 teams.
Next up, we got The Warrior versus Jerry Lawler.
A match that every time I would watch this pay-per-view, I would always fall asleep when this match came on.
It's short, too.
Yeah.
It's funny, but I actually did fall asleep on this match.
Did you really?
Yes, I really did.
I think this was my bathroom break.
You hear that, Warrior? Your run was so good that we all fell asleep and took our peas during this match.
I was not a fan of any Warrior matches. Nothing against the guy, but
anything with the King. Yes, King, but it's just like it's hard to take a King's match seriously when he's a part-time commentator. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because the commentator's going to start like a beef with a wrestler, just like he did with the whole Bret Hart situation. Always making fun of him on commentary. They have a match together. That's the same thing with Warrior. That's the same thing with Chad.
Actually, good though.
Yeah, that was good. But this is just like a one-off. But you can't take something good and then repeat it because it gets dry and old. Like this. Real quick.
Yeah.
Dennis has a good point.
I'm not disagreeing with him.
I thought the match was kind of fun for what it was. And I thought Jerry Lawler like bumped his ass off for him.
Yeah.
And Jerry Lawler was such a good heel. So I didn't hate it. I mean, it was Warrior. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and he's not mine. I do think when he was like kind of becoming the man over Hogan, he was doing a good job. But besides that, he never really had the in-ring ability. And Lawler was getting old at this point too. So
I mean, the guy was over, so I'll give him that.
Not here though. The crowd did pop for him. But the Warrior train had passed, and this was an interesting signing. This is the whole, like, when they started the new generation, and then he's like, I'm bringing the Warrior back. People were like, what the fuck? And then, like, he comes in and squashes Triple H at WrestleMania. And it's like, that's the one time people were feeling bad for Triple H, and they're like, oh, yeah, poor guy. I mean, they didn't know the next 20 years of fucking terror that would follow, but.
I get this a 0.5 out of 5.
And like the funny thing about that is like you have the new generation and you have Bret Hart and Ultimate Warrior part of it. And at the time, Bret Hart was 39
Bret Hart was like the leader of it too, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not even giving this a 4-star. I'm giving this a half-star.
Like Bret Hart was 39, Ultimate Warrior was 36. And these are the guys that are leading the new generation.
Yeah, but Warrior was to me, it doesn't always mean age. It also means like pushes and stuff. And sometimes that can be existing. Like Bret makes sense because he was always a tag team guy. So him being like ahead of the new generation, that makes sense to me. But a guy that already had his shot and kind of blew it and was already on top before and was in like that golden age and like on top for some of it, I don't think that he really counts as new generation. Because Shawn too, with the Rockers and everything, like those guys were around, but this was the first time they were getting like pushed.
Right.
So it made sense to call it that. And then you had new guys like Razor Ramon and shit. But and fucking Man Mountain Rock. But
And Mantar.
And Mantar. Which is like you and me combined into a wrestler. I didn't hate this. I'm gonna go another 2.
I'm gonna agree with you and say 2.
I'm giving this a half-star.
I want to give it a 1.
There we go.
Now on to something that was actually really good.
To put a pin in the Sunny stuff earlier, though, it is fun when the Godwins slap her a couple weeks later.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember watching that as a kid and being like, she's been such a bitch, and she broke poor Phineas's heart. She deserves this slap. And I thought that was a good payoff for that.
And I remember, like, they dragged it on, like, way too long. And then finally she's just like, I got away with it. And then Phineas is just like, no, you didn't. And then they just slap her.
Sunny is that mean girl in high school.
Yeah. The mean girl at high school. Or go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry.
She's like that mean girl, but hot.
Yeah. She's that hot, mean girl that can get whatever she wants in high school. And then 30 years later, she ends up really fat and
Exactly.
ends up on your doorstep, looking for a handout.
That's exactly what happened.
Welcome to the world.
Yeah, I speak nothing but truth.
Oh, yeah. Sunny's like one of the saddest cases in wrestling. Like, she kind of had it all, and then self-sabotage got the best of her. But it happens to a lot of people. I'm not dogging on Sunny, but
Sunny and Britney Spears aged well.
You're saying Sunny aged well?
He's being sarcastic.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, thank God. Britney didn't age though. Yeah, that's a good point. But Britney's not in prison.
It's Britney, bitch.
Oh my God. That is the last reference I thought I would ever hear Clinton say on the show.
Britney Spears and Sunny are basically that gallon of milk that you keep 30 years past their expiration date.
And then Tori Wilson's the bottle of Chardonnay in the pantry.
Tori Wilson looks good. What are you talking about?
Britney Spears is my first
she's
crush.
aged like a fine wine, Clinton.
I know.
That's a good thing.
I know.
Oh. Then why did you just yell at him?
I don't know. I just want to make a point. That's all.
Well, I agree with that point. She's still fucking hotter than a $2 pistol. And, God bless her. Sable, and I will not say a damn thing about Sable because.
Are you afraid of Big Brock?
Yeah, dude.
I was just gonna say, don't and I have seen pictures of Sable, and Sable's still, she is still a fine looking woman. I mean, I'm sure her insides are fucking torn apart because of Brock's fucking monster piece. But she is just like, I mean, she's not Tori Wilson hot. She's not Stacy Keibler hot because Stacy Keibler is still a beautiful woman as well.
That's true. Fucking father time happens. So, but Sunny, I mean, Jesus Christ, she got fucked. And she got fucked up.
I think Eric's house is being invaded. He keeps looking back.
Sonny just pops up and punches him in the mouth. She tried to fuck JR, which is hilarious. And I love that story of JR telling Conrad, and Conrad's like, "What?" he's like, "What the?" JR's like, "You ain't trying to fucking calling my phone and getting a place at my house." She's like, "I'll cook for you, clean for you, and satisfy you in the bedroom." My God, Rocket Austin, Rocket Austin,
Sonny's pussy. Sonny's pussy.
cock and pussy, cock and pussy. All right.
Who actually liked the video as we were saying that?
Mom. All right.
Bad time to like the video, Ma.
Undertaker and Mankind put on a damn good match.
Oh my God. Did they ever?
I don't think it's the best they've ever had because they've had a lot of great ones.
Yeah.
But it was.
Well, this was their first.
Yeah. And I thought it got Mankind over as like this new force that's going to be a main event player. And they did a good job at that from the beginning. Mick Foley was always booked well.
Yeah.
Besides, all the faux retirements. But besides that, I mean, he always like was treated like a big deal.
Well, when he came in, like, remember, JR tells a story that when they hired Mick, it was to be an opponent for The Undertaker.
Yeah.
And then they debut him against Bob Holly. He gets over. A balding Bob Holly, by the way. And then, later on that night, he attacks The Undertaker. And they kept him strong as hell. I mean, I think at this point, he hadn't even lost a match yet.
Well, I wouldn't need it. Someone putting their hand down my mouth and choking me out.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and I always kind of found the mandible claw disgusting, especially like when guys would foam at the mouth.
Yeah. Would you rather have a sock shoved in there?
Anyway,
I'll give it to you.
I'll grab your crotch.
I'll give you the Kobe.
Yeah, I thought this was a good match. Good chemistry between the two.
Yeah.
Good story. Give this a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh man. Well, you can't go wrong when you're introducing the start of the rivalry here. I want you to a 5.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going to agree with him, and I'm going to say 5.
Hey,
The story time was
I'm
great.
not all bad with ratings.
I'm going to go 4 or 5. I thought it was really good. I don't think it was quite perfect. I can't give it that 5 because I think they've had better encounters. But I did really enjoy it, and I thought it got Mick over in a big way, and it made him look like a crazy fucking bastard. And that was the goal. And a lot of times you would think, especially with The Undertaker, you bring guys in and then kind of have him fuck them up. Yeah. And this is one where they made Mick. I mean, Mick won, so that's a huge deal. And of course, there was some nefarious ways used in there, but I thought it was a good way to get Mick over to start off 4 or 5. All right. Now another 5-star classic, Ahmed Johnson and Goldust, which one of the best finishes of the night where Goldust has the match won, but he decides to give Ahmed mouth to mouth, and then he ends up losing.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the best Ahmed Johnson matches.
That's what I was thinking too. This is honestly like the most I've ever liked Ahmed Johnson match. Whereas Goldust really kind of put him over and made him look good.
Yeah.
Well, he did become the first African American Intercontinental Champion, right here.
Wasn't The Rock?
No, he was before Rock. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Or no, Pedro was Hispanic, so it wasn't Pedro.
Ron Simmons?
Yeah, Ron wasn't there yet.
Coco Beware did never run at the title, did he?
Nope. Neither did Bad News or Mabel. So Ahmed Johnson, was the first African American Intercontinental Champion, and he was gonna be a star. Like they were putting the rocket ship to him.
I remember he was gonna be that.
Maybe he should have been a star. I did like his character, especially with the whole feud when he was feuding with the Nation and all that. I did like that.
Yeah, I did too.
He did have a good character, but like a lot of people say, boys, then the bell rung. And he wasn't that good at wrestling. He just wasn't. And he hurt guys and he hurt himself and he just was uncoordinated. But as a character and as a fan watching, I was entertained by him too. And I like the promos where you don't know what the fuck he's really saying. I like stuff like that. Like I like Scott Steiner and Sid and Warrior. I like the promo where it's like it's so intense that you don't know.
Steiner math?
Huh?
Steiner math?
Yeah, like Steiner math. Like you don't really know what's going on, but you know he's fucking into it. And that's kind of like how Ahmed Johnson was. So I did not hate him, and I think this is one of his better matches. This is also Goldust was such an out there character, and this is the first time this has really been done in wrestling. And this is when they were like talking about putting the belt on him and like making a big push with him. They never did it, but this was around the time you could have done it because he was so popular. You know, it's crazy because you think of Goldust and you think of Attitude Era, but he's really like the last good thing of the new generation era.
Right. And they're giving him, at the time, they were giving him matches and wins against The Undertaker.
Yeah, which is a big deal. That's another, like, they were getting him and Mick over at The Undertaker's expense, which is a huge compliment.
Well, yeah, and you had to believe that Undertaker was just like, fuck, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Late in the season.
Like, I'll put them over.
Maybe bring the
Because he saw something in them.
Here.
And that's
Ramon did not.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. You got to think, and this is what I'll say about Dustin. When Undertaker made his debut in 1990, one of his opponents in that Survivor Series match was Dustin's father. Dusty got eliminated from that match. Who pinned him? The Undertaker.
I was going to say the Barbarian.
So this, this could have been Undertaker's way of saying, look, your father got me over when I got there. So I'm going to do the same for you.
You might be right.
Yeah, wouldn't that be scary?
I'm going to give this a 4. Never thought I would give an Ahmed Johnson match a 4, but
I'm going to go 4 too. I really like this one.
I'm also going to say 4.
I will give it a 4 as well.
All right. Now, the most memorable thing from this card, the finals of the King of the Ring match, Stone Cold and Jake Roberts. And this is not known for the match.
No.
It's a quick match. It's not bad, but it's a quick match. Stone Cold gets the stunner and wins the damn thing.
it did its job.
Let's say that they put over the stunner in this pay-per-view like it's crazy.
Yeah, but it was weird seeing it without him kicking in the stomach. They hadn't done that yet. It was weird, like him picking him up and then going like that.
Yeah, because like he set it up like it was the Diamond Cutter.
Yeah. He didn't kick in the stomach or flip you off first yet.
Yeah.
But obviously this is known for the great Doc Hendricks, Michael P.S. Hayes, interviewing Austin after the win. The lips kind of busted back open at this point. And, he says the infamous promo of, you got you're over here toting your Bible. You say you got your John 3:16. Well, Austin 3:16 says, I just whooped your ass. And then you even in the moment, because when you hear it on the documentaries and stuff and watch old WWE stuff, you think they might just be like embellishing a little bit. Like, this was the moment he became a star. But you watch it and the crowd fucking perks up at that. They like that. Whip your ass. Which you would think it was just because it was vulgar. But Brian Pillman was saying way worse shit earlier.
Yeah.
And they didn't pop for that at all. When he was talking about he's going to rape and pillage do all this crazy shit.
Yeah, and by the way, like Milwaukee, again, credit to the town, they were kind of a heel town.
Yeah.
Because you figure, all right, this is the town where the Bruiser and the Crusher got over back in the 60s and 70s, and they were kind of vulgar.
Yeah.
At least looking at them. So, Milwaukee appreciated that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brian Pillman, he made an appearance.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, that's why it was mentioned, Eric. So
but
then
it was a cool promo, and that loose cannon shit was really ahead of its time.
Yeah. And by the way, again, referencing the WCW pay-per-view that happened 4 years beforehand. I mean, I think this was Pillman's first WWF appearance.
Yeah.
Like at a pay-per-view. How fitting that he makes it in the same building where 4 years earlier he beat Jushin Thunder Liger in that classic match at Super Brawl.
Oh yeah.
So just to kind of
Put it in perspective.
yeah. And Doc Hendrix's face when he said, Austin 316 says, like JR talks about it all the time. He goes, look, your reaction is what made the promo.
Really?
Yeah. He goes, that's what made the promo money. And because Doc was just like, holy crap.
Yeah, I mean it was a great line.
Yeah.
And then you forget afterwards, he's like, get your Thunderbird. And they're like, all right.
Yeah.
This might sound stupid, but I always thought Doc was Michael Hayes.
What did you just say? You always thought that Doc Hendricks was Michael P.S. Hayes? It's because he is.
Oh.
They are the same guy.
So
you weren't crazy before. You're crazy now.
You said that it might sound stupid. Well, it's not it's not stupid for you to think that Doc Hendricks is Michael Hayes, because yes, that is true. It is stupid for you to say that you think you're stupid for thinking that.
Wait, what did you know? I feel stupid.
That's a lot of stupid right there.
Hell I just said.
You're stupid.
No.
You're thinking I'm stupid. Okay.
That's a lot of stupid you just said right there, bro.
There's a lot of stupid shit going on right now.
I didn't realize they were the same guy. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to give the match a 5 just because the promo was good. The match was a 3, and it was a good way to get him over, and it was quick. But the promo, obviously, is one of the biggest things to ever happen to the business.
Yeah. What Clint is kind of thinking right now with all of us saying this stupid shit is there's a famous movie line that I want to quote, but I'll get canceled, so I'm not going to do it.
Oh, go ahead.
Just look up the movie That's My Boy, the Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg movie, and look up the wedding scene when they're revealing that Andy Samberg's wife really, fucked her brother. And then the pastor, or one of the pastors there, one of the reverends, his line, and then just you'll know what I'm talking about.
You might as well say the line. What's the line? Actually, don't say. Is it anything offensive?
It's the guy goes effing something people.
It could be worse.
Basically, it's an African American padre, African American priest going fucking white people. So that's actually
what do you think you're going to get canceled by? Trump?
Probably.
Okay. This match
I
was
think the Pope.
the Pope's going to get rid of him. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, the Pope and I are like that.
They had lunch. Pope and the Pope.
What do you give it, Doug?
What do you get?
3.
Cliff?
I want to give it a 3 as well.
All right, baby. Main event time. For the WWE Championship, we have Mr. Perfect as the special outside enforcer. He's originally the special guest referee, but then, Gorilla Monsoon gets some camera time and tells him to go fuck off. And that bothers old Owen as well.
Yeah,
and
old Owen bothered me, so if I have to be bothered, so does he.
We have Shawn Michaels with old Jose Lothario going against the British Bulldog
with old Diana
and Jim Cornette. And this is for the WWE Championship. These two have always had amazing chemistry.
Yep.
And this is the only thing, and I know he's your boy, Eric, but these guys have wrestled so many times, and Bulldog has won one of those encounters, and it was by disqualification, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, we covered that match.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was on that Coliseum home videotape.
Because the next year, Shawn Michaels would beat him in his own country in front of his family.
Yeah. All because Shawn Michaels was upset because Bulldog was also, porking Sonny.
I'm the only one that can interfere with.
I mean, Shawn Michaels should have put him over more than he did.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's what we're trying to say.
I know.
I
agree.
Upset that Bulldog never got a chance at the WWE. Like, never got a chance to be a WWE champion.
Yeah.
He should have at least had it for a few days and then take it off him. He's one of those guys that, but you can't say he's like not a main event guy because he wrestled for the title so many times.
Yeah, but the thing is that like a lot of the times the matches kind of like were booked like shit. Like when he had the match with Kevin Nash, the match looked like shit, and they had to have Brett come in and save it at the end.
Yeah.
The only time Davey had a title match that looked really good that was not booked like shit was the title match he had with Brett the December prior. Like if he's working with Brett in a title match, he's fine. If he's working with somebody that's not related to him in a title match, like those people could care less about getting him to look good.
Really just checking in. Somebody.
Like I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Like they only cared about themselves at that point.
Don't be afraid to find a better.
Yeah.
They could have cared less about Davey. And then the whole finish where Perfect goes in because Perfect is among the belief. And this is what I'm thinking. He's among the belief that, hey, I was told I was in charge, so I have to be the one to count to 3.
Yeah.
And then he starts to count with Earl Hebner, and then Stupid pulls him out of the ring.
Owen Hart.
And then Earl Hebner finishes the count. And Owen Hart's just like, you didn't count to 3, so therefore that didn't count. It's like, yeah, moron, you pulled him out of the ring. You interrupted the count. And then when you're just like, I didn't know what was going on, so I gave Mr. Perfect a shove. It was a pull. I don't know if Canadian shoves are actually American pulls or what the fuck. If you're just so fucking ass backwards, you don't know the difference between. Like, I would hate to see him go through a push and pull door. You fucking moron.
Who's this?
Oh,
Yeah, that was crazy of like both refs are counting, but I'm only gonna pull one out, and then the other one's gonna count the win. That was
It looked like another controversial ending.
but it didn't make any fucking sense. And then his explanation of like, I was trying to get a hold of him to tell him to go count. It's like that's what he was fucking doing.
and you pulled him out of the ring.
The whole,
If you wanted
the
to
whole
like
point of
help
Mr. Perfect was because of the controversial, and you're about to do almost the same thing you did previous match.
yeah.
Starting to build these.
But it's like grab both of them. Yeah. If you want to save Davey and not have him lose, get Earl too.
Or you know what you do? You pull Earl out first because obviously Perfect is going to stop the count because he's going to look.
Yeah.
And be like, why did you just pull him out of the ring?
And almost like when they were setting Owen for a babyface turn, but Owen got in the ring and got fucked up even more.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they had to set up a 6-man, which is so weird watching Shawn in the ring hugging Ahmed Johnson and Ultimate Warrior, because that does not seem like his
that didn't look
that
right.
is not the click right there. That is not Shawn Michaels' idea of like guys he would hang out with. It's fucking Ahmed and Warrior. And they're all hugging and shit. The match, though, was very good. It was very well worked, besides a couple of slips from Davey. But Davey still, wrestled a good heel.
You tell him to go up on the top rope. He does not belong on the top rope. There's a reason why Dynamite, when they tag together, there's a reason why Dynamite was always up on the top rope and not him.
Yeah, he's a big fucker.
Yeah.
It was a good match, though, and they worked each other to the limit, and they always had great chemistry. I honestly, besides the finish, I can't give anything a 5 on here, but this gets a 4.8 from me. Just because I thought it was really well worked. I did not love the finish, and that takes it down the point too. But I thought it was a good match with there was some good high spots. And this is when Shawn, I thought, was really coming into his own as a babyface and doing a good job.
Yeah. I would have given it a 4.5, but because of the fuckery, because of that big nose twit, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yep, I'm giving it 4 too because the same exact reason as you, though.
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing.
See, I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah, it's just match was great, but you did not need a shit finish. I understand you're trying to set up a 6-man tag. But there's other ways to do that.
Then how would you have done it then?
All right.
I didn't mind Amon Johnson, but I don't think it should have been the third guy. Should have been Warrior.
Well, I mean, he ended up not being the third guy.
Who was the third guy?
That's it.
Again, the bar.
Because they had the Fire Warrior.
Oh, that's right.
Right. Clint, if you asked me how I would do it,
Yes.
all right. Here's the thing. I would have Shawn just do the clip because this was going to be the blow-off. This was going to be the last singles match between the two of them before you get the Warrior. So you do a clean win, and then Owen comes in and attacks him afterwards as he's celebrating. So you still do the attack afterward. But no fuckery, no pulling anybody out of the ring. Owen just goes in after the match is over and attacks. And then you do the thing. Ahmed comes out, then Vader. Then you have Warrior come out. And by the way, he only did 2 fucking moves. And then he's fucking walking around hugging everybody. It's like, dude, you clothesline 2 guys. Or you threw Vader off the top rope.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
The guy's huge.
So it's just like, it really didn't do much. But no, it should have just been a clean finish with Owen getting in the ring and attacking after.
I agree.
To be honest, it should have been a tag. Amon and Shawn versus Owen and Bulldog.
Well, and this also felt like a match where it's like Shawn felt like he should have won out of nowhere. And it's more like he was kicking Davey's ass for the last couple of minutes, and then hit the super kick and won.
Yeah.
It was just a little weird because Davey was like the power guy against the little guy, and Shawn was kind of just fucking him up and then just won. But I really enjoyed it, and I see what you're. We cannot deny though that Owen Hart is a legend, and it's not just because he passed away. He had a damn good career. He had a bad day. And he wasn't good at commentary, and that's fine to say. But
I'm not going to shit on the rest of his career because of this event.
Yeah,
I'm just saying is that it was a bad day at the office. I think he sucked. I'm glad that they didn't put him on commentary again. That's all I'm saying.
It also seemed like he didn't really want to do it, so he was sort of into it, but it just. I don't think any of the Harts could have done commentary. You know who was way worse than him? Who only did a match? You remember? I forget. It was one episode of Raw, and I forget the tag match that was going on because they were champions or they were challenging for him. Tyson Kidd and Davey Jr.
Oh, they were. Davey Jr. is a horrible promo.
They fucking were on commentary. It was the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
When Davey Jr. was in MLW, he was. All right. He was doing a promo with talking about Timothy Thatcher. He's like, "You're a great catch wrestler. This is going to be a great match." And blah 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 blah. And it's just like, dude, your father could cut a better promo. Like, you fucking suck. Yep. And then his sister was one of the interviews for MLW. She comes out, she goes, "Oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you." And he just took the microphone away from her, and he's just like, "Go back and suck Alex Hammerstone's dick. I don't have time for you." And then that's when he actually cut a good promo on Alex Hammerstone. And it's just like, but yeah, Davey Jr. was just he wasn't good. The Hart family could not cut promos.
Except for Brett when he was actually mad at the company.
Yeah. when
if you really piss Brett off in real life and have him talk about real life shit in disguise of a promo, he's fucking great.
Yeah. He can do it then.
Marshals are buyers.
Yeah, it was never really their strong suit.
And it was okay, right?
He was a good 80s promo because he got loud and fucking intense, and he was all right at that. He was a fun promo. He was kind of the one talking for him and Brad.
Yeah. I mean, he was good. And even when he was doing commentary, because they had him do commentary for a while because they didn't know what to do with him. And he was okay. He wasn't great.
Yeah.
What they're thinking.
But, I mean, he could talk.
All right, let's give the pay-per-view a rating.
Let's do it.
I thought this was a solid 9 out of 10.
So
For the new generation era, it's really good.
Yeah.
I wasn't bored at all. There was one bad match, and it was the tag match. I thought everything else was highly entertaining, even if it was a little short. The short stuff needed to be short.
Yeah.
So I liked everything on the card. And like I said, Merrill and Austin's probably my best favorite match on the card. It's between them and the main event. A lot of people like the Mankind Undertaker match. I do too. So there's a spoiler riches here. And it's a really good card with a good roster. It's stacked.
Yeah. Can we just mention real quick, because I saw it on when I looked at Wikipedia earlier. Triple A, they sent Hunter Hearst Helmsley out after the pay-per-view was over to wrestle Aldo Montoya. Why?
The Bondsmo is different. It's the only treatment found to block root causes of
Hey, what?
Why did they send Triple H? You guys froze. I think.
Wait,
I don't
They
know
got-
why.
You,
What the hell just happened? Did
You
WWE
froze.
just cut us off just because I said Triple H had no business going on in the show?
all I heard you say is Triple H said something about Triple A. Then you guys froze. So we was like, okay.
Triple H must have heard it and cut your internet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you gotta repeat your sentence or whatever you talked about.
All right. So after we'll try this again and fuck you, Triple H, over in Bologna, Italy.
I love bologna.
Yeah, I especially fried. It's really good. They sent Hunter Hearst Helmsley out to wrestle Aldo Montoya after the show was over. They did a 3-minute dark match as people were leaving the building. Why would you do that? You don't need anything else. If anything, that should have been the match that went on before the free-for-all.
Yep.
Like,
Well,
it,
it's just
it
like
makes no
part of
sense to me.
Triple H's punishment type of thing.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Or maybe it went on before the match is on the free before the match on the free for all, and Wikipedia is just dumb and I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, that's why you don't always go by Wikipedia. They say always fact check your answers.
Well, you got me there. All
There
right.
you go.
Who wants to go next with their
I already went.
Do I go next?
go ahead, Eric.
I thought this was a good pay per view. Besides the Warrior match, I'd give it a 8.5 out of 5. I mean 8.5 out of 10.
God, your math skills over the last couple of months just suck.
Yep.
All right, Clinton, since you agreed with me, you go next.
Well, I want to say King of the Ring is 96. It's good. I mean, it gave us a start. Beginning of the Austin era. Austin becoming the star. It gave us a start of a rivalry between Undertaker and Mankind. He did have a couple stinkers with the Warrior and then a tag match, but besides that, I'll have to give this thing 8 out of 10.
There we go. So we all really liked it.
I didn't give mine.
Yep.
You tried to silence me.
Why were you asking me who else needed to go then? Why didn't you just go?
I didn't want to. I wanted to go last.
Oh,
Oh my god!
you fucking diva, dude. All right,
You,
go.
you are
bigger
AJ
diva.
Brown. That's exactly what I'm going to call you. AJ
I'm a
Brown.
bigger diva than Sonny. Actually, weight wise, I think. Actually, you know what? You never know. Really good show. Had some really good. Ahmed Johnson did a lot better than I think people thought he would have. Undertaker Mankind was great. Austin Merrill was great. Main event, besides the finish, was good. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10.
Okay. Well, there we all go. What'd you give it, Eric?
8.5.
And I went 9. All right, very good. Next week, we are going to be doing a special episode where we get to armchair quarterback, which is fun. We're going to call it the 5-year plan. So we're all going to give our 5-year plan for our prospective wrestling company. Eric is going to be running AEW for the next 5 years. And he's going to come up with a plan and what to do, who's going to win the championships, all that shit, creative storylines. We can work on it through the week, and we're going to do it on Friday. Clint's going to be running NXT, and he's Shawn Michaels.
Hey, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't. I'm booked at work next week, guys.
Doug's going to be running NXT. And Doug's going to be Shawn Michaels. So he gets to play the next 5 years of NXT. And I'll be running the big old W.
So what was I going to be doing if Clint was running NXT?
You were going to be doing a hypothetical if WCW never closed down, booking the next 5 years for them.
Oh, damn it.
Well, you can do both. Sorry about that.
I have no problem blaming your workplace.
Yeah, you can blame them because they're cheap. But
That's why I don't shop there.
What the fuck? All right, Doug. What are you doing on the cartoon show next?
Something. So tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern time on the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel, it is going to be the Kids Gauntlet. For the Animated Anarchy series, Stage 4 continues. We got the Kids Gauntlet, and we have starting up will be, come on, load the fucking page. All right. Dora the Explorer is going to start with the Care Bears. Then the winner of that will face Magic School Bus. Then the winner of that will face Bluey. The winner of that will then face Paw Patrol. Then Bubble Guppies will come in. Then Bob the Builder, and then the World of David the Gnome. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that is tomorrow night. And then later on this week will be the Adult Gauntlet for Animated Showdown, but we'll talk about that at a different time.
And make sure to check out the Dizzleverse. I'm going to be live literally right after this on Twitch. I'm going to be playing some Overwatch with Zemo. We might get Bobby in. We've been having a lot of fun over there and doing a lot of dumb shit. And it's been really cool. And so make sure to follow the Dizzleverse on Twitch and come join us and have a good time.
are you going to be playing Madden this year on Twitch?
Yes.
So you heard about the Tush Push coming to Folly and Madden now?
Yeah. I did hear about the Tush. I love that. I love playing that stuff. I play college football right now, but I'm going to get the new man.
The new one's coming out in July, the beginning of July.
Yeah. But all right, everybody, I think we're done here. Make sure to check out Eric's sports program where he talks about the various sports, and make sure to check out his wrestling reviews he does after the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Because he's kicking ass with those.
Yeah. And Eric, make sure to do some clipping.
You got it.
Not just talking about your toenails.
Fingernails he's talking about, though.
Yeah. Although I shouldn't really talk because I haven't clipped my toenails in 20 years.
All right. Well, we'll see everybody next time.
That's a perfect way to end the show.
Peace.
This is